It's August 25th, 2022. This morning I woke up. I'm watching TV and everything is coming at me with ketoacidosis, kidney disease, the perineal infection, a rash that breaks out, and it's some form of acidosis. Some might say septicemia. I mean, I saw yesterday they made a paradoxical reference to 30 dogs that caught some form of parvovirus. Um, Again, I know it's interconnected. I just don't have human words for it because even the humans don't use their words properly. I'm in this. Then I come back, and Lynn and Lou are talking about Trump going to jail. And I'm like, how did Trump become the bad guy? I was like, why is Trump going to jail? And I said, if Trump goes to jail, Biden should be in jail. I was like, Biden sat around and let some black man break into a White House on the family estate. I was like, that's criminal. I was like, so how did Trump get put in the doghouse and like he's going to jail in your opinion group? Just curious. And he goes, that's really racist, Nicole. You're like a racist pig. And then for the rest of the morning, he's screaming down the hallway at me, racist pig. And I'm like, you're about to die. And I've inherited this problem. My mom's like, well, the problem with your generation is you're not taxpayers. I was like, wrong. I was like, and she's like, oh, yeah, we know. And I'm like a child. And I'm like, listen to me. When I had work, I paid taxes. I filed taxes. I paid taxes. And every time I go to the store, there's sales tax. I pay taxes. I was like, the problem is that in my generation, your generation set me up for failure in the sense that you expected me to go to college and then get this like super job and that I'd be able to care for myself and make money. Problem is, somewhere else in the world, they were giving underprivileged kids more privilege than me, and they just went head and shoulders, like, I mean, just like leaping over a hurdle towards the finish line, while my situation got progressively worse. I was like, so I don't want to hear it. I was like, because you guys are about to die and I inherited a problem that I'm only just now trying to figure out because I can see it clearly. I was like, and my son is going to inherit all the bad decisions you shitbags made. So let's just be really clear. Um, so I don't want to hear between June and November that either one of them are in some criminal anything because it's more extensive than that. Um, and it's more systemic than that. And then I'm thinking of this dirtbag Peter, my ex father in law, the one that forced me into this situation. Um, and I'm walking this morning in quiet solitude before the argument broke out between Lewis and Linda and myself about paying taxes. I'm like, and then it gets really horrible because now the taxpayer pool is all those disadvantaged brown and black kids that nobody knew what to do with. Now they all have these high paying jobs and pay high taxes and looks like they're contributing to the pool system, but now they want more of a voice. Just quieting and like, and again, this is all anti-government. These are staged coups. And like I don't see anybody rectifying or speaking on this. So now I'm thinking to myself about how I got here. And I'm just like thinking of the morning that I woke up and I looked in the mirror with these new, I mean, like now there's, I'm scarred for life on the exterior of my body. Like there is no getting my cosmetics back in my lower extremity portions. The scars extend like up my hip, and they scarred me so badly and like, I don't think on this, except this morning as I was getting dressed, the light from the window, the sunlight, happened to hit my scars, which are translucent compared to like the rest of my skin at the moment. And it is just it's almost like having day glow with a black light on it. Like, that's how pronounced it was for me in the mirror. And I'm looking at these scars and I'm thinking to myself, I took myself back to that moment because I actually had a moment to recall, which normally it's cut off. They don't give me my good memories. I don't really keep my bad memories either. Um, and it is so extensive. What I remember of being hurt is waking up looking at Jason. I mean, like, actually, I think that morning he wasn't there, but that was coming home and having to go to bed that night. I got no answers during the day. I woke up. I'm in this extreme pain. I'm cut from the front to the back, so I can't lay on one side. It's on both sides of my body. I go to work and I try to sit down, and it is from the inside of the rear, wrapped around. So I have these claw marks, is what it looks like, from just, they tore my skin. It's from the inside up and inside out, and then it's on the outside going straight up. So there's no laying down, there's no sitting, and then it's up. It looks like tiger claw marks on the sides of my stomach, which I couldn't have laid on my stomach anyway because I was pregnant at the time. And then that night, trying to go and lay down, and then having to open my eyes and see this disgustingly ugly cretin in front of me, that now it's just like my life was over. And then now to be in this much pain but not say anything, because what am I going to say? I absolutely hated him. I absolutely didn't want to be in this situation. I didn't want a life like this. I didn't want to stay here. Everything is so wrong. And especially knowing where my beginnings were from, where I would fall asleep and then I'd meet up with whoever I was intended for. And then I'd wake back up in this body, in this world, or this area of the realm, and I'd explain to every adult exactly what my future looked like according to that moment and what my life's mission was. That I wanted to be with the man of the boyfriend from my dreams, and not with staying in this area because they were going to really hurt me. I didn't know who they was, but I knew it was humans. And so this morning, without graphic detail, I stood here, and it's from this front area to this back area, and it goes from this hip down to just about here. This whole area was scarred with what looked like claw marks on both sides. I mean, my flank, pretty much. If I'm talking like hem hock, it's the flank was totally just like clawed down. And then as seated, it went from the bottom all the way up to here, which is why I normally wear shorts, just to cover as much of the scarring as possible. And then it was from this part of the stomach all the way up. And again, I went to the doctor. I didn't want to get an infection. And there was somebody by the name of Curette there. And then Jeffrey Goldman got called in. He was the family name on the building. It's the Irvin Goldman building, and it's 833 because it's my numbers, Northern Boulevard. It wound up incidentally. Later on, I got moved from 200 Middle Neck to 1010 Northern Boulevard from Merrill Lynch when I had a paying job with taxes. And so that's how that went. But this morning, just brought back, like, seeing, I don't normally look in the mirror. I don't normally even, there's just nothing cosmetically. The entire life. So, didn't talk about it with the kids. Just got away from Jason and never spoke his name. It was just, and if the kids talked about it, I just put on that smile, like, really? That's great. But as far as speaking of him or my time spent with him, if nothing nice to say nothing. I did that my whole life. Not that it did me any good. Not that the gods showed me any favor. In fact, it has gotten so horrifically worse. And so, whatever. Now the scars are healed. They're absolutely horrific. And now there's other things going on. I'm thinking ketoacidosis, I'm thinking kidney disease, I'm thinking of this, it says this really dangerous bacterial infection. I keep going to the doctor. I keep saying I'm concerned. Now they've addressed the anemia, finally, after like 7-8 years, somewhere within a 10-year period, they finally got around to giving me a doctor or giving me an announcement. The doctor before was somebody by the name of Patel, who obviously just did not give a shit whether I got healthy or not. But these are all these secret things, like even my scars. Who did it? I know somebody knows who sent someone to hurt me or whatever to hurt me. Especially how extensive it looks, like it was cut and then pulled to look like tears and rips, and it was really deep. And the way that it healed with translucent scar tissue, which just shows how deep it was. So I don't know. So that's my morning. It's while these two idiots that I have to deal with in, like, verbally abusive, calling me every time I walk out a racist pig, I'm just like, I'm a clockmaker. I can hold the hands of time. I have for 17 years. I was expected to serve the realm in that purpose. What I don't understand is, where's the realm serving me? It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way universe, galaxy is broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.